Hi, everyone. Welcome to Style RX. Today we are talking about layering up. So I think a lot of times when we talk about layering, everybody's mind goes straight to cold weather, and we are definitely going to get there today. But Rebecca and I both have clients that live all over geographically. And so I wanted to start this morning with a basic white t-shirt, and then we're going to talk about transitioning from warmer weather into cold weather, and then vice versa. You can do this in reverse when the winter starts ending and spring comes back in. So to start today out, I am in a basic white t-shirt, our higher straight jean, which I absolutely love. I have our little leopard belt, and then I have actually layered some light jewelry, and I have our felt hat. But I want to show you, so this would be probably how I would layer things. And I think the other thing, we always think hats and scarves. So I want to show you that jewelry is also another way to layer. So you'll notice my back wall, it's chock full of accessories. And we talk a lot about the third layer. That is going to be key for layering, no matter what your climate is, whether it's a light jacket or a light sweater. That is one thing that is extremely important when it comes to layering. So I'm going to show you how I would take this from more of a summer, spring, fall look into a winter look. So if you're not big into jewelry, I would go back and I would pick a lighter weight scarf. And we've talked about scarves a lot and how they can really pull things together. But I want to take this into colder weather. So I'm going to take off my felt hat, which I love, this vintage cabbie scarf. And I'm probably going to take a snow hat, which I adore snow hats this time of year. They don't have to match. Everything does not have to be matchy-matchy. That's why layers are so fun. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not super cold yet. So I might just take our cute Danny pullover and then throw it over, maybe tie this up and cape it a little bit, just for a little bit of, I'm just dressing it up. I have that layer that I can put over. So this could be your third layer, or you could even take it one step further and get our beautiful McQueen coat and cape that if you're wearing the sweater. So just keep in mind that every time you layer, you want to start light with your thinner layers and build. And you know what? There's no rule. So if you think, oh my gosh, I can't walk out of the house like this, I'm missing 2 layers, add them on. If you think, oh my gosh, I can't walk out of the house like this, I have too many, take one off. It is a street style personal preference. So Rebecca, I'm going to turn it to you, and I'm going to switch into a whole new wardrobe.
All right. Well, thanks, Amy. I'm so glad that she spoke a little bit about layering of accessories, because that was what I wanted to start out with as well. So you'll see I am in our Trist pullover. I feel like this is such a gorgeous cosmetic green color. It's going to work for all skin tones. And it's so fun because it's got just that little pop of skin in the back, which also provides a little built-in air conditioning if you are in a warmer climate. So if you are not able to wear heavy sweaters usually, just that little bit in the back may help. So you'll see I've got some big earrings on. This has got kind of a slouchy, I don't want to really call it a cowl neck, but it's got more of a slouchy turtleneck / cowl. So I like big earrings. I would probably just walk out wearing this, but you can layer things on top. So I'm going to layer our heartbreaker necklace, and I like that this has got a longer length to it. So you've got a nice statement piece with a longer length that's kind of drawing the eye in and down, which is slimming and elongating. And then I may take my little half season scarf that coordinates so beautifully with this and do a little bit of a belt loop trick here. So I'm not going to go all the way around, just going to go in front. And then I can tie this And even with this heavier sweater, this works. You're just going to do a little teensy bit of a tuck, and that just changes the proportions up a little bit. And I also grabbed our McQueen coat because this is so soft and snuggly, and I just want to live in it all winter long. So it was 14 degrees here this morning. I'm putting this baby on and staying warm. And so now I am layered up, I'm casually comfortable, and I am ready to go meet those brisk Kansas winds.
I love it, Rebecca. And I have worn that McQueen coat all fall to my son's ball games, everything. And I love that you mentioned earrings, because one thing I've had a lot of fun with is stacking my earrings. And you can buy these little earring clips on Amazon. They're really fun. They're not permanent. I also, as well, love to stack jewelry. So this is all about accessories. So you're going to see a couple repeats because I think these are some really great pieces. So I have switched into my favorite denim shirt I've ever owned, our Rebel shirt. And I'm going to go back to our Danny pullover that you just saw. And I think a lot of people, when they see this Danny pullover at first, they immediately kind of just think of wearing it by itself. So I want to show you how fun it is with this denim shirt. Because it's a boat neck, it really, really lends, let me get my sleeves out here, to a collared shirt underneath it. Now, a couple things, of course, you're going to want to adjust everything so that everything's in its place. Now, I could do this, but you guys know me. I like to have my sleeves up. So this is one where I'm really going to pull my sleeves. And I love it like this, but I'm going to take it a step further and add my obi belt that you've heard Rebecca and I talk so much about. Now, one thing when you are belting over top of a bulky piece, you really need to keep in mind, especially because I have two shirts, where your gathering is. So it might seem a little funny, but you always want to gather to the middle in both the front and the back and keep your sides smooth. Now, I love just this, but if I was going out and I knew it was going to be a little colder, so I'd take this, and then you cannot go wrong with our amazing new Outlaw jacket. Now, if you didn't happen to get this one, that's okay. You might have some kind of contrast. So I think the other thing with layering is you definitely want to pull some contrast. You'll notice a lot in fashion photo shoots, they are layered upon layered. And sometimes you think, oh, I could never layer that much. I would look like a clown. That's okay. What they're doing is creating depth and contrast. So you can do that with your own style. And then to pull this out and make it stand out just a little bit more, I love pearls. You've heard us talk about this a lot. So I'm going to just add a string of pearls that are long. Because this is a boat neck sweater, I want to create some length, but again, depth. So then I'm going to take a chunky, little bit shorter thing of pearls, put it around my neck. I've added it to my bracelet, and this is what I would call my final look for the night. So I'm going to turn it back over to Rebecca, and we'll be right back.
I love it. The more and more, it just looks beautiful. Okay, I am wearing the tank portion of our ATC layer tee, and this is one of the pieces that are on special this weekend. So I thought I'd start out with just the tank. As you can see, it's a basic black tank. I have the higher straight on. I would potentially go ahead and change into the skinny, so I have a column of color here before I added the autumn dress. But I thought it would be kind of fun to just add the autumn dress over the top. You get a pop of color here. Again, I'm going to add this necklace, and watch how just this necklace changes the entire outfit. So you can't tell me that accessories do not make a difference. And the third piece. So you saw I was just in the black tank, in the jeans, and now I've gone from just very basic to leveled up with really no effort whatsoever. So I'm going to take the autumn dress off and I'm going to add the layering piece from the ATC layered tee. So this is just a little short bolero type cut, and I think it's really nice because it lays pretty close to the body. It helps give you some curves if you don't naturally have curves. It has thumb holes, which I know a lot of my gals love. And you just went from a tank top to something that's a little bit more winter ready. And you can see it's kind of nipping in here. I just think this is a wonderful basic piece that you can have for running around, doing errands, going grocery shopping. Throw on a pop color, which if you've been here, you know I absolutely adore pops of color. Of course, you're going to need to pop your collar. I would definitely run your cuffs up like this. And so then you completely changed your look. I'm going to do one more little jacket switch out here so you can kind of see, you know, just, you could throw the little camo ATC jacket on over this for a real sporty look. Take off the necklace, maybe have some dangly earrings. I really like the sweet little Spencer jacket too, though. And I feel like this would be just a really beautiful holiday look. So wear it with a pair of black trousers, wear it with our black skinnies that are on the line this year. I always feel like it's a little bit more dressy when you don't utilize the thumb holes, but then you've got just this beautiful put together look. And if you're a professional woman, this is a way that you can be professional in the office while still being extremely comfortable. Amy, back to you.
Okay, I love that. So I'm starting small with a summery shirt in our butterfly top. Now, think about your climate. So you could actually layer a black turtleneck under this. Yes, it's short sleeved, but that would be okay. But Rebecca mentioned the ATC layered tee, and I am going to talk about our under over cami. Both of those all only this week from today until Sunday. If you buy something for $150 or more before tax, you get to pick one of these two items for free. So it is an incredible way, if you've had a few things you've been waiting on, to add that special piece, create some dimension. Now, notice I took our little, I just got cabbie amnesia. What is the name of this? I don't know. I'll remember it when I'm talking. But I put it over our little top here, and you'll notice immediately it started creating shape, and I have dimension. I'm like Rebecca, I don't think you can end there. Then I also love this pop of color of our incredible citizen jacket. Oh, it's the birdwatcher top. Sorry, I don't know why I lost that in my brain for just a minute. But you have the birdwatcher top. You can pop your collar. This alone is so fun, but layering is all about that depth and warmth again. So another fun piece, our hostesses this month, all of November, can get this bundled up scarf for 65% off. So why not add something super yummy and warm to those pieces? And then you are ready to go. So not only do you have some dimension, if you happen to take your jacket off, you can leave this on. Or one thing I love about this scarf is it doesn't even have to be tucked through. I like just having it kind of hang off center, because that way it creates a little bit of depth as well. And Rebecca and I both are huge fans of leopard and this cool mustard yellow. So I just love, the thing for me about layers is you can always take a piece off, or you can always add a piece. So if you start out in the day and then the sun comes out, you can remove this and you still look amazing. Or you could remove your jacket and you still have some depth. So the great thing is that it really creates shape. One misconception about layering is that you end up getting bulky. If you end up getting bulky, you're layering wrong. You're not remembering where your body type might need to have some dimension. So just stand in front of the mirror, layer up, and make sure that you can see where that depth is and where that shape is, because just because you're adding a layer doesn't mean you're adding weight. And I think that's one thing to remember. So Rebecca, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, that's a really great point, because we do want to work within our body types and be strategic. If I am going to layer up, I'm not going to layer up a bunch of stuff on my bottom, because that's already layered up naturally. So we'll just kind of keep that slim and trim. But I'm in our Relax hoodie, and this is another thumb hole piece. This is a dream fabric piece. I know my gals have been absolutely loving this. This is one of our long sleeve tops that is really great even in the late summer, early fall, because it's that lighter weight material. So if I was just going to be kicking around the house, running errands, I would absolutely wear this. I added our little rain earrings, which I think add just a fun pop of sparkle to an otherwise very cozy, casual outfit. And then I don't know about anyone else, but I am always cold in the fall and winter, always cold. So this coffee shop cardigan is absolutely one of my favorites, because it's this fantastic blanket-like sweater that just goes with you everywhere you need to go. You don't have to worry about tagging along behind you because it's on your body. It's also a piece that can get a little bit oversized for some people. So I was going to show you just how quickly you can take this to a different level by adding a belt. So this is a vintage cabbie belt that I absolutely adore. And when I do pieces like this, I pull them across the front and kind of overlap. Then I would bring my belt in here. And I know Amy has talked numerous times about making sure that your gathers are all good. You don't want them to be puckering at the hips. So kind of play around with that, get it organized. But this just gives, so you've got a little bit of pattern and texture going here, and then you've added some shape to it as well. Back to you, girl.
Okay. One thing you're going to notice is that Rebecca and I are completely dressing within our norms. This is what we would wear out. This is our street style. These are pieces that we absolutely love. So again, I'm going to build for you. So I am taking our new arrival simple tee in this beautiful color, and I'm pairing it back with our vintage leopard belt. Now, one thing, if I was just going out and it was not super cold yet, this is all I would need to do, is just add our new arrival bag that we're just launching today for the marketing, or you could then add that bundled up scarf. Again, you can do a scarf with just a t-shirt, but let me show you how to build this t-shirt for colder climates. So you guys, leopard is such an amazing neutral. Now, one thing that I want you to remember is that there really are no rules other than you do want to be aware of your body. So I'm going to take our chime pullover that was also from this same limited edition group as the simple tee that I am wearing. And one fun thing about this is that the necklines are just a little bit different, but the colors are also a little bit different as well. And what that does, we're talking about dimension, is the sweater itself has this beautiful cabling, so it cuts right at the thinnest part of my body. So I really don't even have to front tuck this, but I am leaving my sleeves out and I am letting that pop through the collar just a little bit for a little bit of shape. Now, if you weren't super comfortable with that, you could do a simple little front tuck to create a longer leg. But one thing that's fun about layering is you can keep going. So I'm going to then show you how amazing taking our Highland flannel shirt is over top of these two because it still might be a little bit cold. And I also love that I've got a really soft cable with the marled yarn, and I'm taking it to something a little more rustic. So I'm gonna just cape this over top of my shoulders. I'm not even gonna worry about doing it up. You can if it's really cold, but then by the time you add your little leopard bag, maybe this is where you want your scarf. The thing about layering is so fun because you can really turn things. See, I love this. So you've got dimension, you've got color coming out, but you also have the option if all of a sudden it starts snowing, like it happens in Utah, I've got one extra layer that I can either tie around my waist or I can put it on, or maybe I just am just like not going to happen. I could slip the chime sweater off, put the flannel on, button it up, do up my scarf, and I'm instantly warmer in about 5 seconds. So I love that I see Rebecca in our liner tank because it is one of my favorite pieces. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Yeah, I really want for us to think when we're building our wardrobes that we're building a 4-season wardrobe. And so don't think about your tanks as pieces that now you throw in a Rubbermaid in your basement or wherever you store your extra clothes. Keep them in the rotation all year long so you get maximum value for your dollars. So our liner tank is, like Amy said, one of her favorites, and I also adore this piece. It's not necessarily the best yellow for me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer on our ringleader wrap top, and that does a few things. First of all, it brings, I need to find the little area to put the wrap through. Should have thought about that. It brings a little bit different color up towards my face so that it is a little more flattering on my complexion. Also, you see, I've done a little bit of pattern mixing here. This ringleader wrap top is absolutely gorgeous on the body, but it's not a real warm material. It's our slinky mesh that's super, super comfortable and easy to live in. You know, you can do all your yoga poses that you would like in this piece, but then you can also dress it up. So, but because it's a little bit more of a slinky type fabric, it is not necessarily warm. So having this little liner tank on here gives us just a little bit extra warmth, gives us a little extra coverage here. And then one of my favorite pieces, because it's so darn soft and it's just really neutral, is this tilt cardigan. So I'm going to add the tilt cardigan on over the top. I would probably shoosh my sleeves up a little bit, show the beautiful ring pattern that's there. And then because I am the one that loves this bundle up scarf, I would definitely put the bundle up scarf on as well. And this is just going to be a nice warm fall look for me that is still just kind of fun and funky and just really checks all the boxes for me. Amy, back to you.
Okay, this is my last look, and I promised there were going to be some repeats here because, like Rebecca and I have told you, the idea is to build your wardrobe with us season after season. So we don't expect you to buy the entire cabbie line that's from fall. We want you to buy those pieces that you know are going to transition well based on your personality, based on your geographic place in the United States, and based on your personality. So I am back in our Rebel shirt. I still have the simple tee in this beautiful color on, and then I have cuffed my sleeves up. One thing, and I'm so glad she added the tilt cardigan because it's one of my favorite pieces. And a piece that I think gets kind of overlooked is our coffee shop cardigan, and it's really long and it's yummy. So I want to show you how to play with proportions and layers at the same time. Now, instead of just leaving this open, I'm actually going to remove my leopard belt underneath. And I'm going to button up my Rebel top, just the 2 buttons right here, because I want this little peekaboo. So I'm going to remove the leopard belt and I'm going to keep this chunky cream belt right here. And you'll see why I'm switching in just a second. So I'm creating my waist, getting my gathers where I want them. This time I have pulled my sleeves down and you're gonna see why, because I'm going to add this amazing sweater. And I think that's the other thing. Sometimes we're afraid of adding proportions, especially when we're layering, because we don't want to get too taken away with a sweater. So you're going to notice all the different proportions, but I have this long line from this sweater down that's going to elongate me, but your eye is going to get pulled into my belt. You can see the difference in my boots. And now this is the part that I think is really important. I'm still going to shush my sleeves up right here a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to undo my denim shirt at this point, because I still want to have this fun kind of cuff over top of my sweater. So even layering, you can play with that. Now, if it's a colder climate or a warmer climate, but this is your winter, you can go back to your felt hat. But for me, this is where I like to pull in my color. And I would probably put on my little fall pink hat to pull that color together. And whoa, I got fur everywhere. Grab my little belt. So you can see all the layers that I have right here. I've got my hat, and it's not matchy to my shirt, but it's just close enough that I feel like, okay, I've got this pulled together with a little pop of color, because that's the one thing with winter and fall, at least in Utah, it's a long winter. I don't want to wear black all the time. I don't want to feel like I'm just drab all the time. So I want to pull some color and have a little fun. And you guys, I love this. In fact, I'm kind of impressed with myself on layering this outfit together. So just remember, even though you're adding a bunch of bolts, you still need to create that vision, that long line. You still need to create your waist, but you can have some fun. So I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca. She's going to end us off for the day. We hope you've had so much fun, and we'll open it up for questions as soon as she's finished.
All right. Yes. So Amy's look right there is kind of a perfect lead into our topic for next week, which is comfy casual. So we fully realize that your Thanksgiving may look a little bit different this year, like our Thanksgivings are, and where maybe you're used to getting dressed up and being with a lot of different people, you're having a more intimate gathering. So we're going to talk comfy casual and how to have that put together look and yet still be completely comfortable, which I think we both are fairly masterful at, because we like to be comfy and still cute. So we'll be visiting about that next week. I do want to let you know that tonight at 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, we are going to be having a business discussion and just be pulling back the curtain on what this cabbie business looks like behind the scenes. And whether you are thinking, oh, this is something fantastic for me, or if you would be willing to be talent scouts for us, we just love and appreciate all of you, and hope that you might just pop in and check out what we have to offer as a career. So we will be back here next Friday live at 11 Mountain, 12 Central. Thank you for joining us. And what do we have for questions today?
Mandy, have you got any questions on layering?
No, I think you guys did a good presentation.
Awesome.
Sorry about the crying.
Oh, no, that's okay. We love her. She's adorable. So
she is a doll baby.
Thank you for joining us, and we cannot wait. We'd love to have everyone, like Rebecca said, pop in. We're going to do these business discussions. Tonight is a Friday, so it's an exception, but they're going to be the first and second Wednesday nights of every month. So definitely pop in. They're going to be different every time. We have 2 guest stylists joining us tonight. So cannot wait. And Just love you all. Thank you so much for joining, Mandy.